One of the most important questions you can ask yourself as a creative to break through and actually manifest the life of your dreams is to say, where am I still standing in my own way? And I know it sounds simple, but it is so revealing when we really sit with ourselves and ask ourselves, where am I standing in my own way? And asking ourselves this question really is about identifying where we are still not being true to what we set out to do. Because you have goals, you have dreams. Maybe you want to grow your career, show up online in a bolder way, make more money, or become more of yourselves, feel more confident. What are your goals? What are your dreams? Put them down on paper and ask yourself, how am I standing in my own way? And I can guarantee you, instantly, those little shadows will come to the surface because we know. We know how we stand in our own way. It can be subtle ways in which we push it aside or push it away. It can be subtle things we tell ourselves that are reinforcing the old story. But we do stand in our own way. And it's not because we don't love ourselves, but it's because a part of us is comfortable the way we used to be. We're holding on to the reality we created, the reality you live in right now, and all the patterns and all the routines and all the thoughts and all the habits are currently holding that reality together. If you started instantly to think new thoughts, take new actions, make new routines, and act differently, the reality you perceive right now couldn't hold together. It wouldn't be able to, because the reality we live in is held with the repetition of the patterns, routines, and thoughts that belong in that reality. And so when you are moving to a next level, which is a different perception of reality, it's a different experience of life. Maybe it looks different outside and inside completely. That is where your higher self would thrive or your dreams are existing. When we move to that reality, we need to be mindful that it isn't a destination. It's a different experience of the present moment. And the present moment really is held together by our thoughts, our routines, our habits, our patterns, and our ways. And so when we ask ourselves, where am I still holding myself back? Or how am I standing in my own way? What we're asking is, what are the patterns, thoughts, beliefs, or routines I am still holding on to, even though they do not serve the version of me I truly aspire to be? The version of me that is thriving, the version of me that is successful, known, seen, magnetic, confident, creative, living fully from my gifts, from my essence. That version of you isn't far, it isn't a destination. It is a version of you that exists with a different experience of life, different thoughts, beliefs, actions, routines. And so what I'm inviting you to pay attention to is, how am I still holding on to the fabric of reality I created? Because when we loosen the thread and we create space, and that's sometimes the unraveling, or when we feel like everything is falling apart, sometimes life feels like it's doing it for us, and everything we know just disappears and falls apart all of a sudden. Often it's in that chaos that we rebuild ourselves and thrive back into alignment. But it's not because we need to experience chaos or we need to experience the towers falling and everything falling apart. It is because when we have space to witness life as it is, we can intentionally redesign the fabric of our reality through the thoughts wave, the patterns, the actions, and the routines. And so as you're observing what you're currently holding on to, I'm inviting you to loosen the grip a little. Create space, create more space for unknown, to pay attention and recenter. What would the version of me that is successful, thriving, magnetic, and confident do? Think, choose. in every moment, because your future is shaped in the now. Your future dreams are shaped in the now. Your future feelings are chosen in the now. Here and now, who do you choose to be? That is the true question, to truly align with that dreamy reality you've been manifesting for years. It's here. It's here and now. So ask yourself, who do you choose to be? And align all areas of your present day to meet that new energy, that new frequency. That was it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this reflection brings you profound insights and realignment. If you want that space to align with your future self one-on-one with me, feel free to book yourself in for my 15-minute discovery session. I've been guiding creative women entrepreneurs to align with their dreams for the last 7 years, and it's such a powerful space to meet yourself in your truth and start aligning your life in a radical, dramatic way. Things can change really fast when we set our mind to what we truly want and choose to embody that energy here and now. I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful morning.